the project is called EPluribus, and it's called EPluribus because that means out of many one. And the word, it's a Latin word, and that EPluribus, or EPluribus unum, out of many, EPluribus unum, out of one, and that's the symbol of the Great Seal of our country, of the United States. And that Great Seal is an object that is used to sort of establish the authority of the country. So you see it in all kinds of places, like, for example, here's what the Great Seal looks like. It's got the eagle, the American eagle, and then the symbol E pluribus unum, out of many one, which refers to the first states, 13 states of the country, and 6 countries in Europe that came to this country to make this country. So really, it referred only to those, at this point when you think about it, few kinds of people that made up this country. But it's interesting how prophetic it was, because they said out of many one, not really thinking that today we're going to have people from all over the world. And basically we're making up one country out of all of the people of the entire world. So it's very interesting that they chose that symbol. The purpose of the Great Seal, it says here, is to really be the authority of the country, a symbol of our sovereignty as a country, as a sovereign state, and it's on all the official documents. So documents like the dollar bill. The ideals that came to us that have this whole idea of out of many one, and freedom and equality for all, and respect for how different people live, started a very long time ago, even before this country became a country. In fact, it started on Long Island when they wrote something called the Flushing Remonstrance, which was when this country was still a colony. And the governor, Peter Stuyvesant of Flushing, Queens, said, "We don't want those Quaker people who are moving into our town here. Let's kick them all out. You should send them, don't, shut your doors and keep them out." And so live in this country today as possible. And people from all over the world live here. So the first one is the one that headdress came from. It's a typical Nigerian lady headdress, which that's what it's supposed to look like. And so that's where I get my inspiration, is I try to think of something that's from a different culture that is inspirational, that is celebratory. African fabrics are very big. This flag is not here. It's in a museum in Connecticut. If you go to the New Britain Museum of American Art, they have it there. I'm not sure if it's always up, but it's there. And then this is the Scottish one for you guys that are
it's over the couch.
Scottish heritage, and that comes from the kilt, the Scottish kilt. And let's see, American or Texan. This is the only flag that I've done that really sort of is indigenous to this country. And it's made out of t-shirt fabric, denim, rhinestones, bandana fabric, and chamois. And then those little people that are on the flag up in the corner there are usually found on pincushions. And as someone who sews, I'm very familiar with those. So I bought a whole bunch of them and took them all apart and stitched the little people on. Here's to celebrate Native Americans, American Indians. And I always learn something about the different cultures when I do this. I learned that the bride in Palestine wears a hat with coins all over it, and it's a representative of wealth. It's really out of the entire world, out of the peoples of the entire world, we're making one country. And what I think about it myself is that it's not only prophetic for this country, but it's really prophetic for the world, because the ideology that was created at that time for this country is a beautiful ideology that's really been driving so many people in the world, even in recent history. Just to think of the idea of being able to live in harmony with your neighbors, to be able to pursue happiness as your goal, to be able to create your own business and wealth, and have justice and freedom for all and equality and all of those things. And those incredibly precious ideals are something that we've got them here, we're holding them here, we're expressing them here and showing them off here, and really don't really share that, while other parts of the world really would like to have a part of it, and why so many people come here for that. You know, we're not necessarily expressing it as well as we could, or as well as we might. So so that to me is a really important and precious part of the whole offering.